Wow, this is cool.
I know, these couches are pretty comfortable.
Yeah, this is awesome. So I've enjoyed the whole day.
Yeah.
And the things I've been learning about is both the what and the why of purpose. But I think what we're going to try to do in our few minutes together is talk about how to activate it, right? How does it get manifested in an organization? How do we see it playing out at ServiceNow? So ServiceNow is a very purpose-driven organization. It is part of our DNA. Our founder, Fred Luddy, actually built this company around his purpose of making work better for people, everybody. And that has been the forefront of who we are and what we do. And I believe as talent that it's for everybody, being very inclusive, allowing them to be their best selves and their most authentic selves at work. But I know I focus a lot on our employees, but Catherine, you get to focus on our ecosystem beyond the borders. So can you share a little bit more about what you do and why it's so cool about our purpose?
Yeah, I think that the importance of purpose with our customers and our partners has been about using it as a way to form different relationships, to understand what are we trying to achieve together that kind of goes beyond the product they happen to have bought or the solution they're trying to put in place. And it lets us connect with our customers and partners in a different way. Part of what I need to do, though, is Michael from CodePath mentioned this earlier. There are way more tech jobs than there are people to fill them. Our customers and our partners feel this every single day, and frankly, everything we've done has been a bit of a zero-sum game in that there are people who are skilled, they have the digital skills that are needed, they have the technology skills that are needed, but they kind of get hired around from each other. So when we took our purpose and said, let's put the purpose lens on what we're trying to do, and are we really making the world of work better for people, we knew we needed to extend what we were doing and why we were doing it to a different population of future workers.
You're actually creating a talent pool for people that didn't exist before and creating opportunities. And I think that is so super cool. The war for talent is also something we've talked about. It's been in the past, it's in the present, and it's in the future. And as talent leaders and talent acquisition leaders, people think about make or buy talent. You're in the making of talent, which I appreciate. Thank you. But also, the old ways in which we were looking for talent is very conservative and has limited opportunity. It's not very diverse, right? And you're fishing in the same pond all the time, the same top schools, the same areas. And so it becomes limiting, especially if you want a diverse workforce, which we all know makes a better organization. And so from your lens, non-traditional, different ways in which to make this opportunity available to all, how do you go about doing that?
Yeah. We at ServiceNow went down a fairly traditional path. So we said what we want to do is we want to do the go to universities thing. And we do that. And it's a great pipeline of candidates. We do this with our partners. The partner love it. They turn it into a recruiting event. It's good for the universities because it gives their students something else to do. But we weren't seeing the scale that we needed, and we were really struggling with location, frankly, which is the people that wanted to hire people who were coming into the ServiceNow ecosystem weren't necessarily hiring in the places the universities are at. So we kind of had this light bulb moment, really driven from our purpose, that said, you know what we need to do is we need to switch this around, and we need to look at populations of individuals who wouldn't normally have access to these jobs. So we started working with nonprofit organizations, we started working with job reskilling or upskilling organizations, which changed the nature. They're very small cohorts who have immediate placement. We have 100% job placement in every single one of these programs because we work with partners who want to hire. We work with job reskilling organizations who have access to the people that need it most. And then we bring the training and the digital literacy component of it. So a big example of that, I'm super excited about, we're working with the UK government. They approached us and said, we wanted to put a youth development program together. What they know is digital literacy is one of their hardest job entry problems. They don't know how to solve that. So we work with them. We're working with 3 of our strategic partners to help develop this program. We are working with a university that's going to develop a degree program as part of this with an apprenticeship aspect to it, so kind of a real world in the job degree studies. And it's really built on, the beginning of it is just professional skills. So how do you interview? How do you present yourself for a job? What does a meeting structure look like? We're also working with a nonprofit that is called Care Never Sleeps. That's going to give them kind of the social support. So how do you find daycare if you have children? Or how do you arrange for transportation in order to get to your job if you live in a place that doesn't have public transportation? So this is very targeted at under or unemployed individuals just coming into the job market, who, for whatever social or economic reason, were not able to go to university. So that's that kind of untraditional population we talked about. We start with life skills, we move into digital literacy, the basics of how does technology work in a corporate environment, or really actually any work environment, because we know there's not a lot of jobs that doesn't require a certain amount of digital literacy. And then we take them into the ServiceNow paths. We get them technically trained, we get them certified in roles, and we get them into apprenticeship jobs at these partner companies. If they choose they don't want to go that way, we also send them into a photography route, or we send them into a creative kind of graphic design route if they'd rather go that way out of the digital literacy program. So our target is about 5,000 individuals over the next 3 years. It's a massive partnership between us, the government, our strategic partners, this university. And it really, I think, kind of goes to show people are looking for something to connect on and to come together on, to work together, that really has that kind of activating feel to it.
That's so awesome. So I have the privilege, I get to lead talent at ServiceNow, which is super cool with this purpose. And purpose-driven organizations, it's a contagious feeling if you see it activated throughout your organization, in your culture. It's like a smile. If you smile at me, I'm going to tend to smile back, and I'm going to feel that release of chemicals in my body. When you hear, to give is to receive, right? So when you're giving to the community, when you're taking what is unique position of your organization and bringing it to your ecosystem, to the community, your employees actually gain a lot out of it. It creates that community you were talking about. It creates life skills. It makes them more grateful for what they have and the journey they're on. It helps engagement, retention of talent, which I love. And we talk a lot about the power of purpose. Having a really clear purpose statement, we learned that this morning as well, like be intentional with it. It actually creates a compass for me. It helps me figure out what I'm going to do from a talent initiative standpoint. They were talking about it provides clarity, it motivates, it helps you differentiate as an organization. I think that is so important for employees, and it gives gifts back to them. And so if you think about the future of work, technology in service of people, if you think about reskilling, upskilling, and actually technology frees us up to provide more care for each other, and therefore help the world evolve in a healthier way, I think that couldn't be cooler.
Yeah.
And it's changing how we're recruiting. I know from a fact that the way we do this now has more than doubled our candidate flow coming into the organization because they see the purpose in everything we do.
Yeah, I think my biggest takeaway in this journey and this experience has been we are a company. We have a business. we want to run that business. But we can make connections to things that really, really matter to our business and matter to our customers, and equally matter to our employees and matter to the communities in which we're working or where people want to work. And they don't have to be in conflict. They work really well in concert with each other. And then it's kind of a self-fulfilling prophecy, and then it has more meaning then for our employees, and that helps with all the things we'd like to see with our employees. Yeah.
I'm super excited. Our purpose energizes me. I know it helps us not only with our own employees, but the ecosystem which you get to play with every day, but helps the world. And if your organization is thinking about your purpose, if you haven't got that clarity, it's worth the time and effort to do that and talk about the stories behind it to your employees to really manifest that in your organization, because it is a gift that is worth giving. So thank you for your time today.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.